The flames behind him crackled loudly as Jake Carter stepped away from the burning wreck on a deserted highway outside Los Angeles. His body ached. His wrists were cut open from the cuffs. Smoke filled the air. But he was alive. And that meant one thing. This wasn't over. Jake turned back toward the wreckage, eyes scanning through the fire and twisted metal. Whoever planned this thought he'd be dead by now. They didn't know him. He moved closer, ignoring the heat, kicking aside debris until something caught his attention. A phone. Burned, cracked, but still blinking faintly. Jake picked it up. The screen flickered, then stabilized. One message. Target must not reach the city. Jake's jaw tightened. Target. That was him. This wasn't a random hit. This was planned. Personal. Without hesitation, Jake stepped back onto the road just as headlights appeared in the distance. A lone car speeding through the darkness. He stood in the middle of the road. The driver slammed the brakes. Too late. Jake pulled the door open, dragged the stunned driver out, and got behind the wheel. Sorry, he muttered, already speeding off. The city lights of Los Angeles glowed ahead like a battlefield waiting for him. Midnight. The streets were alive, but Jake moved like a ghost. The phone buzzed again in his hand. A location ping. An address. An abandoned warehouse. Jake didn't slow down. Minutes later, he stood outside the building. Old, rusted, silent. Too silent. Jake stepped inside. Darkness swallowed him instantly. The air was thick. Every instinct in his body screamed danger. He took another step. Then, click. Bright lights exploded on. Jake didn't blink. 5 armed men surrounded him instantly, weapons raised. From the shadows, a voice echoed.
You were supposed to be dead.
You were supposed to be dead. Jake slowly turned his head, scanning each face, calculating, measuring distance, timing. Then he smirked.
You should have
made sure. And then he moved, fast. Before the first man could react, Jake grabbed his arm, twisted, snap. The gun dropped. A second attacker rushed him. Jake ducked, slammed his elbow into his throat. Chaos erupted. Gunshots echoed through the warehouse. Sparks flew. Shadows danced. Jake didn't stop. Every move was precise, controlled, deadly. One by one, they fell. Until only one remained. Shaking, terrified. Jake grabbed him by the collar, slamming him against the wall. Who sent you?
Who sent
Jake
you?
growled. The man hesitated, breathing hard, eyes wide with fear. Jake tightened his grip.
Who sent you?
The man broke. He leaned forward, whispering a single name. Jake froze. His grip loosened slightly. His eyes darkened. No, he whispered. Because that name wasn't an enemy. It was someone he trusted. Someone close. Someone who knew exactly how to set him up. The man slipped from Jake's grip, collapsing to the ground. But Jake didn't notice. His mind was already racing. Every mission, every moment, every memory, it all started to make sense. Jake stepped back slowly, breathing heavier now, not from the fight, but from the truth. This wasn't just an attack. This was betrayal. And now
it was personal.
It was personal. Jake walked out of the warehouse into the cold night air of Los Angeles. One name echoing in his head. One target in mind. This time, he wasn't running. He was hunting.